Interesting day when you stand up to go speak and your microphone falls off your belt. So hopefully that was the one drawback of the day. Thank you very much for that introduction, Mayor Michael, and very impressed with the agenda as I was looking through it and talking to some of the people that organized this event. To have Ted Koppel here tomorrow is very impressive, and I'm sure all of you will be very interested in what he has to say. Only one suggestion that I may give you, though. Instead of doing the Taste of Kentucky next year at the end of the first day, maybe do it at lunch. Get the keynote speaker semi-hammered, drinking some of Kentucky's best bourbon, and then see what he or she may have to say. Maybe a much more interesting morning. I had water, so I should be pretty safe today. 45 years ago, a UPS engineer helped change the thinking of how the industry should build vehicles. Avon Poor was hired away from his then current job designing bread trucks. The timing couldn't have been better, for in 1965, the Ford Motor Company told us that the package car chassis that it was designing for us was going to be discontinued. Ford added, probably half jokingly, "You may want to take this opportunity to design your own package car." We love a good challenge at UPS, so Avon led a small group, brainstormed ideas, and designed a radically different P600, which is our mid-size car, and it's the car that about 30 years ago or so that I actually drove. What made this design so radical? And there's two things. One, the curved front, which improved visibility for our drivers, provided easy access to engine compartment for the mechanics, and was aerodynamic for fuel efficiency. Also the material, which was made of fiberglass and aluminum, and at the time everyone else used steel because of its perceived strength. Upon delivery of this new look package car, most of the industry people were not that impressed. One manufacturer said, "This concept is just a bubble which will blow away soon or burst." But the opposite occurred. In just 2 years, the majority of our P600 fleet was being built with this distinct bubble design. Some body manufacturers resisted at first. Others totally refused to cooperate, insisting on only selling their designs to UPS, and they missed out on numerous UPS orders. They let their pride get in the way and lacked vision to see the opportunities. Avon wasn't the only person to ever hear, "Your idea will never fly." Let's watch a short video and you'll get an idea of what I'm talking about.
I am privileged to talk to you in this most modern and novel manner.
No, that was not the whiteboard guy, but we get that comment a lot anyway. You know, we started to make this video a little more contemporary and also add the story that Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers could not beat the Boston Celtics the last 2 games to win the championship. We decided not to mention that because of Bob Leakheitz and a few other Celtics fans, so we won't talk about that today. But when you hear what if, listen, consider the possibilities, especially in today's challenging global economy. Don't settle for doing things the same way. Help place the right people in the right role and then give them the latitude to tinker, mix and match, and reassemble. Appreciate their enthusiasm and commitment and give due consideration to new ideas. Don't dismiss the person who could be your next Avant Pour. The lesson is that innovation can be born anytime, any place, anywhere. And to be specific, right here in Kentucky, there's plenty of entrepreneurial inspiration here. There's Kentucky's innovative hometown, homegrown companies. Most people cite Yum Brands, Humana, KFC, Papa John's Pizza, the Louisville Slugger Factory, but there are more than a few other notables. Duncan Hines of Cake Mix fame was born in Bowling Green. The Louisville Printing House for the Blind is the world's largest publisher of Braille books and other materials and was founded more than 150 years ago. And here are also some Kentucky inventors. Garrett Morgan from Paris, Kentucky invented early versions of the traffic light and the gas mask. Nathan Stubblefield invented a wireless telephone in 1902. And then there's George Spurdy of Covington, who filed the patent for preparation age. Now that's something to sit and think about. And just think if the taste of Kentucky had been this morning, what I'd be saying. And then there's the most important Kentucky invention of all, the hot brown. There's nothing better than that hot molten cheese, tomatoes, and bacon to clog my arteries and warm my heart. It's food like this that causes me to run 4 to 5 miles every single day. UPS followed the same path as some of these innovators. Jim Casey was a first-generation Irish immigrant who started working as a messenger at 11 years old to support his widowed mother and his 3 siblings. At age 19, he started his own bicycle messenger company in Seattle. But then the telephone came along, so Jim shifted his business to delivering department store purchases to home by automobiles. Then airplanes made it possible to deliver shipments faster and longer distances. Technology advances made it possible to replace the old clipboards that track deliveries into bits and bytes. Things have really changed since I was a driver. 30 years ago, the only bits and bytes that concerned me had 4 legs and a tail. Today, Jim Casey's company employs 408,000 people, stretches across 200 countries, delivers more than 15 million packages daily, and processes more than 30 million tracking requests a day. Jim Casey, Kentucky's leaders, and the state's successful entrepreneurs have 3 common characteristics. 1, they had a clear vision of what they wanted to accomplish. And second, they were part of a nurturing environment for new ideas. And 3, they had a passion, a real passion for what they were doing. Let's talk about vision first. Louisville is at the pinnacle of a remarkable downtown renovation. Now residents can come downtown to work, live, and play. The planning started way back in 1987 when the first public planning forums were conducted and a 105-page plan was developed. This renaissance required envisioning a lively center that included parks, sidewalks, entertainments, and sports venues, restaurants and bars, offices and apartments. A few far-sighted individuals were able to see beyond the abandoned scrap metal yards and empty buildings to see something remarkable. Back in 2007, Mayor Aberson told the Louisville Business Journal, "We've been planting seeds. You'll begin to see the flowers. You'll see a neighborhood that creates a 24/7 type of lifestyle for those who are interested." The downtown vision